Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. It's our usual Sunday chat. Hope everyone is all right. Welcome. We've got 19 in the chat so far, and good to see everybody. Hope you're doing all right. Please, can I ask, as soon as you get here, hit the like button, just to give the algorithm a little bit of a booster, and it will all help things out. We've got a few regulars in the chat here. Good to see everyone. Wild Bill, Surf, Raffy, absolutely average. Hello, Russ. I was just talking about you. I reckon your ears were burning. Gary Cook, or Gary Sooty Cook, Johnny Smart, and all the regulars. All the fitness hutch. We were just talking about you as well. Well, as the title entails, I have a guest tonight on the live stream. Every now and again, I like to get fellow YouTubers on and see what they have to say and what they do, and hopefully help them out as well. And tonight, I would like to introduce you to Frugal Stew. So without further ado, I'll bring him on. Hello, Stu.
Hey up, everybody. Brilliant.
Here he is.
How are we all doing?
Excellent. Yeah, I think everybody's all right. They're all in. Blood Nose is another one. Reg Webb, they're all there. Good to see everyone. Yes, hello, you're here.
I'm here, and I'm actually quite nervous, Andy. Like we've just been saying. So bear with me. I'll try and do my best.
You're all right. You'll be fine. We'll just go with the flow. We've just been talking about my spectacles, and somebody said, like the specs, Andy. I'm trying to kind of duck down like that, so I'm out the way of the ring light in front of me. Otherwise, I'll look all googly-eyed and silly. But hey,
no, I think your glasses look very sexy, mate.
Thank you very much. Don't tell the wife. Yeah, we both got glasses. Hi, Stu. Hi, Andy. Victoria Maguire says that's brilliant. Well, you're here. You got a YouTube channel, Frugal Stew. I've left a link in the description of this live stream to Stew's channel. Go and look him up and subscribe to him. So, what's it all about? What's frugality about?
Well, frugality. People practice frugality in different ways, but my channel is about practicing frugality, thriftiness, and just to specify, a lot of people seem to think that frugality is the same as being cheap and tight. It's not. Frugality is about saving money on certain aspects, so you can spread your money to spend on other things. So you're just spreading your money across. If you was tight, you wouldn't spend bugger all. So my channel is just about different ideas and things that I do, and trying to create a community, really, so we can all learn from each other.
Okay. I mean, as we were saying off air, that's the best thing about YouTube, isn't it? The community. You know, you attract these people, and you attract all these people, and they start talking. You make friends, and it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I mean, I'll pull up your channel now. Yeah, I can do that.
Cheers, Andy.
Give me a thing there. Share screen. Yeah, this is Stu's channel. Save money for a better future, and it's got all these videos.
It's still stuck in the 80s by the looks of
it. Say that again.
It looks like it's stuck in the 80s with the title thing, but that's how I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've got to go with your own theme, haven't you? I mean, you've got no spend January, collaboration with Kate, 7-day meal planning.
Yeah.
50 money saving tips. I mean, what kind
just a bit of all sorts of that.
Absolutely. What kind of people come onto your channel? What are they looking for when they come onto your channel? You know, what do they need help with? What are they looking for?
To be honest with you, the majority of people that come onto my channel practice frugality anyway, so they kind of know more than me anyway. But I do get a lot of people that haven't heard of frugality. They don't know what to do. They have no idea on how to save money. And some people would probably say that it's common sense on certain ways to save money, but it's actually not. The basics is common sense. But if you don't know something, you don't know it, and you don't think of these certain things. You know, you do get a lot of beginners coming on here, and it's quite nice because they come on, they learn something, and the respect they've given me is fantastic. And knowing that I've helped just one person just warms my heart completely.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I mean,
it's great.
I'll give you an example. I mean, I don't know what your living circumstances are, whether you're married or living on your Jack Jones, or do you have a significant other?
No, I am single. So if there's any ladies out there, hi.
Yeah, best advert.
Yeah.
So let's say somebody came to you with, I don't know, they're living on their own, money's tight, maybe they've got a job and the money's crap, or they're on benefits. What would you say to them? Let's say shopping. Let's go with shopping. What kind of thing would you say to them?
Well, the first thing I would say to them to do is write yourself a budget, because if you don't know what's coming in and what's going out, you're pretty screwed. So you need to find out where you stand. Once you know what's going in, what's coming out, then you know what you've got left. Mm-hmm. As for shopping, shop around. I mean, I do a lot of my shopping at Tesco's because that's the only option I've got, really. That or the Co-op. I don't want to go to the Co-op because it's too bloody expensive. Yeah. But to me, if someone is on their own and they can get to cheaper supermarkets, go to those. But I would suggest go do shopping online, because you can find more of the bargains online and more of the deals. Because when you go into the supermarkets, sometimes you don't quite see them, and they don't quite show them as they are on the internet.
Gotcha. Okay. It's you did a video on your food shop because you were trying to swap to a healthier option. I mean, do you mind if we play that through so people can see?
No, that's fine. Yeah,
I did see it. Let me pull it up again. Give me a moment. I just got to find the thing again. How many videos do you do every week? Do you do one a day, couple a week?
I do one on a Friday, which is like a frugality one. Okay. And I do one on a Sunday about vegetable growing or in the garden, just to sort of mix it up a bit, really.
Right.
There's quite a few on there.
Do you know the title of the one I'm looking for? I know what I'm looking for. It's the one where you were healthy. Massive food haul, is that it?
Think so. It was one from about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've seen one we can talk about in a minute. Healthy and cheap food shop. Found it.
That's the one, Andy. Yeah.
Right. Let me just play this advert through.
Bloody adverts.
Right. I'm going to put the video up for everybody so they can see the kind of thing that you do. I mean, you talk about the difference between frugality and being a tight sod. I got called a tight sod today because we bought a new sofa and 3-seater thing for our living room. And the colour drained out of my face at the thought of having to go and spend money. And a friend of mine, Steve, said, "Don't be such a tight sod. Go and spend some of your money." Okay. Right.
No, I'll call you frugal. You're definitely frugal.
Okay. So let's just make sure that's turned up. So this is an example of what Stu does. I'm going to put it on the full screen. So, and I will mute mine and his microphone so the sound doesn't interfere.
Hey up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thumbs up, hope we're doing well. Millie says hello, as per usual, the gobby bugger. Right, as you probably noticed from the title, shopping day. Yeah, favourite day, I know, I'm sad. Right, this time my shopping is slightly different because I am starting now to eat better and to look after myself. Now, I know I've promised this before, but I need to do it now or else, you know, I'm not going to survive, am I? I need to sort myself out. So the food I've got is a lot of healthy stuff, fresh stuff, and I'm not going on a diet. I don't believe in fad diets. I believe in changing your lifestyle, and that's what I have to do. I have to change my whole lifestyle because it's not good. But anyway, I'll do that for a different vlog. So shopping, you'll see a big difference. You'll not see the cheese. I've given up on cheese, apart from a pizza. I've got a pizza. But okay, I'll spin you around. Right, you can see from the... It's very light. Oh my God, very bright. Sorry, Millie, gotta shut the door. Okay. I have a lot. Okay, so this lot has cost me £83.76, which is damn good, really. It's cost me roughly about the same as what I tend to do when I do my normal shop. So I've replaced healthy stuff, bad stuff with healthy stuff, and it's about the same money. So right, let's talk you through it. Stop waffling. So I've got carrots. I've got 2 bags of those. They're the wonky carrots. Nothing wrong with them. Some potatoes. 2 packs of the leafy salad. I've got 2 packs of the tortillas because I've still got some to use up. I've got some clementines, bananas. I'm going to try the bananas and see how we go because bananas used to give me stomach cramps, but I'm going to try a bit at a time and see how we go. Onions, peppers, cabbage, asparagus. I love asparagus. Kiwis, mushrooms. And I've got 4 lots of milk. 3 of them will go in the freezer. What we've got here? Tuna. Always go for the Stockwell tuna. I think it's about 55p, something like that. What have we got here? Soy sauce. So when I do some stir fries. 5 packs of apples because I do like my apples. So I don't know if you've seen so far, there is no crisps here. I've given up on the crisps. Some juice, more juice. There's my pizza. I've got here. Have some sort of ice. Load of chicken. I'm trying to eat chicken meat wise. I've got 1 thing of steak mince there, but I'm trying to eat more chicken. And also more vegetables. There we go. We have sweet corn, mixed veg, peas, cauliflower and broccoli, stir fry, mixed stuff, strawberries. Don't know what strawberry is. Strawberries and blueberries. Oh my God, I'm drunk. Some fish. I'm going to have these, do some porridge and stuff. A couple of things of bread. I will try and cut down on the bread. Bog roll. And some Lynx stuff to smell great. Now, at the minute, time of this video, that's on offer. The normal Lynx, I can't remember what it is. I'll try and put it on the end if I can. The normal Lynx is half the size and 50p more. This is on offer for twice the size, 50p less. So definitely hunt for those deals and bargains. Do have some stuff in when I do a dinner. What we've got here, noodles, got fresh noodles, and I've got dried noodles. I've got a pot of gravy and some oxo cubes. So, all in all, that's a pretty good haul, I think. Quite happy with that. Yeah. Like I say, there's no crisps on there, no cheese. What other crap do I do? Oh, chips. Giving up on the chip. Well, I say giving up on the chips. I've got potatoes, so I can do my own. You know, I'm changing how I do things. It's trial and error, like with anything. So we'll see how we go and see if we can lose some weight. But I say that's a different thing. This is about the shopping. What I'm trying to prove here is you can substitute really healthy stuff, and it doesn't cost you that much more. You've just got to hunt for those bargains, and you've really got to try and find them and work out the best deals, which is why I do like doing it online, because I do find I can find the deals a lot better online. When I do go into a shop, which I do like going into a shop, I tend to spend more and not actually find those deals. What you can do, what I said before, is have a look online first, and then go in the shop. Just write down what you see. But yeah, very happy with that. We'll see how we go, shall we? Now, if I can work it out, I'll try and put down the prices and what I've spent at the end of this video. Now, if I can work it out, I'll try and put down what things cost and the final price right now. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. If you like what you see, please leave a massive thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the bell thingy, leave some comments because, as a friend told me, it tickles the algorithm. And I'll see you again next week. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Self. I never like it either.
So strange.
When I do a video, I play them back before I put them up to make sure they're okay. I can't stand listening to myself. I can't.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm thinking, oh my God, I sound like an idiot. Please don't agree.
No. You've actually got a lot of love for you in the chat tonight. I've been watching some of these comments and they're saying what a lovely guy you are and great content and everything. I mean, that's brilliant. If you got people saying that, it's going to be really good for you. Really good.
Thank you so much, guys. I wasn't really expecting that. I did see a comment someone said about plastic packaging. That is something I'm going to be working on. It seems to be that the cheaper things you buy are in more plastic packaging, which is horrendous. I want to try and cut back on that. So yeah, we'll leave that with me, and I will try and do something on plastic packaging.
Okay, well, keep me posted on that, and if we can stick something on here, I will do. No problem. Yeah, you see, is it just because it's cheaper to get it out, wrap it in cling film, and shove it on the shelf, kind of thing, or?
Yeah, I think it keeps its life better, doesn't it? And in plastic, and plastic's just ridiculous, really. I mean, like the stuff that obviously shown in that video, some of it, like the wrappers on the apples, you can't actually recycle because it's polypropylene, I think it is. So if you scrunch it, it scrunches back up, and you can't recycle it, which is terrible, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, considering the contents is probably biodegradable, you think the stuff it comes in will be biodegradable.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. This is a daily chat of Andy the Gabby Cabby, everybody. Tonight, my guest is Frugal Stew. We're just going through what he does on his channel. and everything else. There he is, giving a wave. Please make sure, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button on the chat. Does me the world of good, and also by proxy Frugal Stew, because it will give him a bit of exposure. Please subscribe to Andy the Gabby Cabby if you haven't done so, and also Frugal Stew as well. You'll find a link to him in the description, and a couple of my mods are kindly putting a link for his channel in as well, so it's all good. That shopping, that big pile of shopping on your top there, how long did that last you before you scoffed a lot? A week, a couple of weeks? How long does that go? 80 quid.
Only a day, Andy. That's a day's worth, mate. No, that was what what I tend to do is shop for a whole month. Right. Now, I have a budget of about £110 a month. That's what I spend on food. And I buy as much as I can. I think that, what was it, 85 quid, I think it was?
Yeah, it's
something like that.
85 quid.
Obviously, I get through all the fresh stuff, but obviously after a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, then I need to buy some more fresh stuff. So I do have to go to the co-op in the village that I live in.
Right.
But still, I only spend up to about 110.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I've not been a single bloke for 14 years, something like that, and I remember my budget really tiny in comparison to what it is now with 4 mouths to feed.
Yeah.
But you could go to Aldi's, Iceland, all sorts of things, can't you, and find some bloody good deals. I mean,
that's right, but you've really got to hunt for them, haven't you? I mean, my original budget before the crisis started was about 80 quid a month, so I've really had to stretch it a bit further now. I mean, I could go lower if I wanted to, but I'm in the position where I don't have to, so I'm in a nice, comfy position there, so I could get things that I want. I still buy the cheap stuff because I'll pretty much eat anything. I don't care.
Right. What's that tuna like that you mentioned? What was it, 55p a can?
Yeah, the Stockwell stuff. Yeah, I mean, it tastes like tuna. I mean, I've had some really cheap stuff. The Euro Shopper one from years ago I had, and oh my God, it tasted like 100% dolphin. It was awful. But this tastes really, really good. Right.
I got some tins of the Tesco's own brand tuna in my cupboard at the moment. I think that was about 80 something pence a can. That weren't too bad, and it's got to be in brine. Say again.
Right. Well, the stock. Yeah. Sorry about the delay. The Stockwell stuff is actually a Tesco brand.
Right.
So it's actually cheaper than the Tesco brand, but it's exactly the same thing.
I didn't know that.
There you go. Top tip.
Yeah, Frugal. I'll look out for that when I go in Tesco's next. Because I mean, one of my favourite meals is jacket spud and tuna. I can eat gallons of it.
Wrong with that?
Absolutely. And did it help you lose any weight, that lot?
Yeah. Now I think I've lost just over a stone now doing that. I must. By the way, you're looking really good. By the way, Andy, keep going with the weight loss, mate.
Thank you very much. I've lost nearly double what you've just said. No, I intend to lose a bit more.
Oh, well done, mate.
Yeah, I kind of realise that the older you get, the harder it will be to do something about it. So I thought I need to do something about it while I still can. And it's just really upping the exercise and being careful what you put in your gob. I mean, I have one day every week where I just fill my face full of garbage. That's my treat day, and then every other day of the week I'm careful. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
My mother's just turned up. Hello, Mum. Good to see you in the chat.
Hi, Mum.
Jean Whitehead, Avon representative. Do you ever go on holiday?
Yes. I don't go far, though.
You say abroad or in the UK?
No, just in the UK. I tend to go, please don't laugh, I tend to just go to Skegness, which is literally about 45 minutes travel for me. It's just down the road. So I'll jump on the bus, go for a few nights away in Skeggy, and I love it. I'll go to other places as well, but I've been going there since I was a kid, and there's so much nostalgia around that area. I love it. It's cheap, it's tacky, it's stuck in the 80s, just how I like it.
Brilliant. Yeah, I got a friend who lives just around the corner from me, and where she goes on holiday is a caravan park, literally 2 or 3 minutes away. Sorry, not 2 or 3 minutes away, about 2 or 3 miles up the road from where we live. It's crazy, but she's got everything there and loves it.
Yeah, spot on.
Absolutely. You did a video on being frugal with holidays. What was that about?
That was when I went to Skeggy, because what I wanted to do was show that you don't have to spend too much on holiday. I mean, especially go to Skeggy, other places as well. They are money pits, aren't they? You can destroy a lot of money in a very short space of time.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I just wanted to show that you can have a good time on a budget, using different food apps like Olio, Too Good To Go, so you could get cheap food. Going on apps or Googling places where you could go for free, and also looking for deals in restaurants and supermarkets for your food.
Okay, excellent. So you literally cover everything, don't you?
I'm trying to dabble in a bit of everything. I'm still trying to find my feet, I think. I've only been doing this just over a year, a year and a half, something like that. So I'm still trying to find my own route of doing things, I think.
Okay. No, it's wonderful. I'll play a tiny bit of that video, if you don't mind, the holiday one.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah.
That's the channel. Thumbs up. I might have to be a bit quiet. I will turn it up in the thing I do the editing in. I'm on holiday. I'm in Skeggy, or Skeggy Vegas, Skegness really. Yeah, so a couple of nights away, I've got a B&B, 75 quid cost me with breakfast. Thumbs up. There is cheaper, but they are quite cheap, if you know what I mean. It's the quality and quantity thing all over again. So if you want something a bit nicer, you have to pay a bit more. But this is really nice. So let me show you around. This is the door. But there we go. So I've made myself at home. But I think this is pretty good for the price. Bathroom. Okay. It's basic, but that's all I need. Very nice place. So obviously I'm here to have a good time. I've saved some money up. I've saved 100 quid up. That's my spending money, is 100 quid. Now, someone's saying probably that's a lot for one person for 2 days. Yeah, it probably is. I'm trying not to spend that much. So what I'm going to do, as I go through this video, I'll keep deducting what I'm spending and keep an eye on what I'm spending, because that's a part of me being frugal too. And you'll see if I can not spend so much. And the idea is to show you guys that there is cheap places in Skeggy, because Skeggy can be a money pit, especially if you've got a family. There's so much stuff here. There's flashing lights everywhere. It's like Skeggy Vegas. It's like Las Vegas, isn't it? But on a budget. So there is cheap places here. There is free places as well now.
I can't get used to
that. I thought you'd be sick of the sound of your own voice, so there you go.
I usually am.
Benny Hill, Skeggy, sold. Excellent. Yeah, so that's the kind of thing. When you kind of trim down on what you spend on things, you're obviously going to end up with an amount of money left over. So say if you had a shopping budget of, I don't know, 20 quid and you ended up spending 17 because you found some deals. What do you do with that saved money? What's the most effective use of, that saved money? What would you do with it? Where would you funnel it?
What I do personally myself, everybody's different, obviously, but I have a separate bank account. So I have all my bills go out of one bank account and obviously savings as well. And then whatever is left that I haven't spent, I put straight into another bank account, and then it's just put away out of the way, and I can't touch it. I'll do it through that Chase bank, which is really good. So I can touch it, but I can't touch it, if you know what I mean. I can't just draw it out willy-nilly because I put a protection thing on it. So, yeah, it goes out of the way, and then I just don't miss it.
Okay. I don't know. There was a thing I read in the paper years ago. It was the 1 penny savings tip. On the 1st of January, you put a penny away. The 2nd of January, 2p, and so on and so on. And then on New Year's Eve, put away £3.65. And if you do it, I think you end up with 650 quid by the end of the year, something like that. I do it 3 times a day. I have 3 separate saving pots. One for general, one for Christmas, and one for car repairs. And then I just restock my savings every time. And I recommend anyone.
That's brilliant.
There's a more extreme one as well, where it's I think it's £1, £2, £4, up to £8, and then you reset the. I think that's a bit too much of a hit in the pocket in some cases. I don't know what you think.
It's a bit too extreme, and I think you can soon land yourself in a bit of trouble with that one.
Oh, absolutely. Let's have a look at the comments, and we've got a few people saying some things. See if we can pull anything out. Factual breakdown. Hello to you, my friend. Hope you're well. I have 3 accounts: a savings account, a primary checking account, and a secondary checking account. Factual breakdown lives in America. That's why they're a bit American sounding terms there.
I've got a lot of American subscribers, actually.
That's great, isn't it? All over the world. They can
all over the world.
Find you on here. The Manchester man, hello to you. Good to see you. Let's see who else we are. So there's a comment I picked out here. Reg Webb, I have 200 quid left over and hide it at home. Don't leave in the bank. There's a lot of people that don't want to leave the savings in the bank. And I can't say I blame them in today's day and age, but I have something saved in the bank. I have shares where I put it and I can't get hold of it and better return. And I have a few quid stashed away indoors as well. I kind of put my pots everywhere, including the one I said with the penny savings. Just spread it about. I don't know what you do, or is it just the accounts that you mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, I did do exactly what you do, like just spread money about. But sometimes I struggle remembering what I've actually done with stuff. So I do like to keep it as simple as possible. I'll have a few accounts, and I know exactly what's going out, and also get notifications what's going on with them as well. I do keep some petty cash in the house, but only a little bit, so that's just a bit of surplus money, a bit of pocket money.
Gotcha. You probably have more than that than me because you ain't married.
I used to be, Andy. I'm a lot better off now.
Fitness Hutch. I live 20 minutes from Skeggy. You and
Hey, Paul.
You and Paul aren't very far apart, are you? You were telling me off air. You've been mates for years and know each other.
Yeah, good mates, me and Paul. You all right, mate?
Julie Keys, hi Andy. Sorry I'm late. You're here. That's the main thing. Good to see you.
Absolutely, it's all right.
See what else. Completely unrelated, but scientists warn that the Earth could run out of conspiracy theorists by 2025 if they keep coming true at the current rate. It's very true.
Very true. Yeah, I see someone's put, is that a Pulp Fiction quote on the wall? Yes, it is. Yeah, Pulp Fiction. Okay. Love it.
You can see the black tie and the black suit just out of picture, just above the quote. Who is that? Samuel L. Jackson or John Travolta?
Both of them.
Both of them. Excellent.
I do like all my geeky stuff and pop culture stuff. I'm definitely a geek. I'm definitely single. I'm definitely like into the battery pad stuff.
Do you like your sci-fi or?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love the sci-fi. I love just random stuff. I mean, if you ask Paul, he'll tell you in his house there's all sorts of random stuff.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Ooh, serious question there, Andy. Star Wars for the fun, Star Trek for the content.
Gotcha. Picard season 3.
Oh, amazing! Have you seen it?
I have, yeah. The last 2 episodes, particularly, absolutely loved it.
I had a proper nerdgasm over that stuff.
So did I, particularly at the end of episode 9 with the big reveal. I won't say just in case anyone hasn't seen it, but probably have.
Watch it, guys. It's brilliant.
I just want to point this out as well, a bit positive encouragement. Julie Baldwin, she's lost 9.5 stone.
Oh, well done. Well done to you.
She's on like a special diet to get it off, and she's been walking miles and all sorts of stuff. She's doing really, really well. So
that's amazing. You should be very proud of yourself. Well done.
Absolutely. A few comments about Skeggy. Rhea, my Skeggy was my family holiday of choice. Factual breakdown. I live on vacation now, so no need for me to go anywhere. That's an ideal world, isn't it? I like that.
That's brilliant. I like that
idea. Yeah, I think we caught up with all of those. Yeah, don't forget, everybody, go and, if you haven't done so already and you're a subscriber of mine, nip across and subscribe to Frugal Stew. And, very worthwhile channel. But, the other thing...
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I mean, that's what it's all about, YouTube, pairing together with other channels and firing off and bouncing off each other. You've got to do that. You can't do it on your own. You can't do it all on your own. You've got to start talking to people and reaching out. And
that's right. And it's nice to create a lovely community and start sharing ideas and just talking to people. It's great.
Absolutely. Speaking about savings again, do you know the one about the Pringles pots? £2 coins. £2 coins in a Pringles pot.
Right.
You get a Pringles pot, one of the tall tubes.
Right, yeah.
Fill it with £2 coins. When it's full, you got 500 quid.
Brilliant. I like that idea. I do like that idea.
I say for my wedding like that.
Did you?
Yeah. I was working on the town as a taxi driver before I started the airport business. And every time I got £2 coins, I mean, I probably got one here. Yeah. Every time I get one of these, straight in the Pringles pot, fill it up, you got 500. And put it in the bag. Spend it.
Frugal tip, everybody. Frugal tip.
holiday at Skegness. What where do you see your channel going? What do you want to do with it? What's next?
To be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. I do want to create better videos. I'm gradually learning as I go along. I want to do a lot more collaborations, especially with the people that got me into this. Because basically, when I started this channel, I was looking at what to do. I wanted to start something, but I got into a channel called Kate Caden, a nice lady called Kate from America.
Okay.
And I watching her stuff, and I loved it. She got me saving loads of money. And anyway, I contacted her, told her I wanted to do a channel of my own. So I thought, how hard could it be, you know? And she gave me great advice and got me doing this. So basically, this is thanks to her, really. So I'm just going to plug a channel, Kate Caden. That's quite a good channel. She's got about 40,000 subscribers, and she definitely knows her stuff.
Okay, what does she do? Is it the same kind of thing, or?
Yeah, she does more motivational videos. She definitely delves deeper into stuff of frugality and saving money and frugal tips. She's been doing it a long time, so I'm just sort of tickling my toes in the water, and she's the pro at it, really.
Right, gotcha. But, yeah, I mean, I remember. I mean, I've got a friend who I won't mention his name because he won't appreciate it if I did, but he won't mind me saying about the circumstances. He's on his own. I actually went to see him last night. This is who I had a few beers with. He's got various physical difficulties, various mental health issues, and he's not really capable of working. So in effect, I mean, it's a shame. 25 years ago, he used to work his arse off. He worked harder than anybody, but he's on his own. Hasn't got a pot to piss in, and really struggles every single month. So you know, it's always, you know, we look out for him. He's got a neighbour that always looks out for him on a daily basis. He talks to me all the time. He's like big brother I never had. I've known him 25 years, and you know, channels like yours and things like what we're doing this evening is exactly, you know, he's the kind of people you need to help. You know, my own personal circumstances years ago, before I got with my wife I'm with now and the kids and everything, I bought a flat with a girl at the time, and our combined salary was 25 grand a year. And 20, 30 years ago, that was a bloody good screw. Pardon the French, but you know what I mean. And when we bought the flat, she decided to leave and left me with this flat. And by the time I worked out all of my bills and everything, I had £10 a month to my name, and I hadn't even considered shopping. And you'd have to get very frugal with that. Do you know what I did? I maxed out all the plastic. I didn't have a lot of choice. But I wonder how many do that, because it catches up with you, doesn't it? It's like living on borrowed time.
It does. And to be honest with you, Andy, I was in the same situation, and I was in debt a fair few years ago, and I learned the hard way. You know, I was using credit cards. I didn't really understand it. Got myself into a bit of bother, and then obviously I did an IVA with who was it with then? Step Change, I think it was, and they put me in the right direction, and obviously got everything stopped. So I paid it all off within 5 years, and then from there I started on the frugal path, so to speak. It actually learnt me a lot about money. It was a hard way of doing it, and it was a crappy way of doing it. But it learned me so much. It learned me to appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. I mean, there's that way of doing things, and a lot of people stick their head up their backside and hope it goes away. You know, like most problems, and it doesn't. And then you get debt collectors. I did the same way. You get debt collectors coming after you, and it could be quite scary. And it's how to deal with them. And there's the way you have, and I tend to do this to them, prove it or shut up. There's various ways of dealing with it, but it's dealing with it, isn't it? That's the main thing.
Yeah, and you've got to face your problems. There's no point hiding away from it. It's going to catch up with you. So face it early, and you can catch it early. So the longer you leave it, the worse it's going to get. So if you've got any issues, credit cards or debt or anything, deal with it now, because it'll save you in the long run really well.
Well, it still bites you years after the fact. I mean, I've told you about this off air. I went and bought a new sofa today for the house, where we got a 3-seater and a 2-seater in the house, and they're both knackered. They're well past it. So we went up to this sofa shop today, and I tried to get a monthly payment thing, interest-free, and just pay it off over the course of a few months. No, wouldn't do it because of a black mark that was on my credit rating from before. So I ended up having to stump out a load of cash to put down and do it that way round. It's just, it does get you later on down the line. You never quite escape it.
It does. And with credit and that, if you get in trouble with credit, you're trying to sort yourself out. But then when you want to get stuff, you have to have credit to get certain stuff. So it's rubbish, really.
Yeah, it don't work, does it? But what do you do about gas and electricity? Are you on prepayment meters? Are you?
I'm just electricity. My whole house is electricity, and I'm on a prepayment, or as I call it, pay as you go.
Right.
And I know you've done videos on these, haven't you? And to be honest with you, I've been with prepayment years. I had to at one point, and I've kind of stayed with it because I actually prefer it. I know it's a lot. Right. It's a bit dearer per unit, isn't it? But I actually save more doing it that way than a lot of people doing it the normal way. And I've never really had a problem with mine, in all fairness.
Do you ever forget to top it up?
No, because I do have a reminder on my phone, because I've got an app on my phone that I can just press it and it tops it straight up without to actually use a key or a card. So a reminder comes up, top of the meter, away you go.
Gotcha. What do you think about smart meters? Are you for them or against them?
To me, I mean, I'm on a smart meter, and I've never had an issue. I actually prefer it because I can see exactly what I'm using. But I do know people that have got them, and they've had nothing but problems, like with the signal qualities, getting them installed. And some people I spoke to say they feel worse having it because they're constantly checking how much they're spending. So it's not very good for their mental health because they're constantly checking, thinking, oh, God, I've just turned that on and figures have gone that way. And so 50-50, but for me, I've never had an issue. So I do like them.
Right. Okay. You remember the ones with the like the blue plastic key, and you used to have to take it down the shop to get it topped up. And mine in my old flat was in a cupboard outside, and sometimes it was back in the days you wouldn't get a reminder. I'd wake up, go switch the light on, and bugger all of that, and I think I forgot to top it up. I think that's where my disdain from them come.
I remember as a kid that putting the 50p's in, and then obviously you just get like a little paper card that you put it in, it punched a hole in it, and that topped up your meter. I remember all that.
Yeah, I was going to come to that, the old 50p ones, because years ago, my grandparents, when they were alive, this is Gene Whitehead's parents. They were called Brenda and Alan, and they had the 50p meter in the house. It was in the coal bunker, like the coal bit in the kitchen. And my grandfather used to like watching the horse racing on the telly. And what my grandmother would have a habit of doing is forgetting to put 50p in the meter. So on the last furlong, every bloody light in the house would go off, including the telly. You'd hear this shout of Brenda, and she'd be madly scurrying around in the dark for 50 pence to put it in to get the horse racing back on. Used to happen quite regularly. But I think they were
the
the
days.
punch card ones. But yeah, remember that well. There's a few in the chat that remember the 50p meters as well. Christine Ayres, I used to have, where are we? Used to have a blue plastic key to top up my meter 15 years ago back on a mobile home site. Had £5 emergency credit too, which was good. Back then, £30 a month for a 3-bed mobile home, very cheap. That's exactly what I had, the blue key with the £5 emergency. I think that was a fairly
exactly.
common,
I used to use that.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Bridget, hello, Bridget, another YouTuber. Go and check her channel out. We had a 10p meter, then 50p, then £1 at the home. That just shows with that statement how much it's gone up over the years, isn't it?
Oh, it has. It's shot up so much, hasn't it? Like everything else, it's just gone through the roof, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know what you recommend. I mean, there's a lot of people that say, do not, stop paying your bill. We'll show them. You'll get cut off if you do that. I always recommend speak to them. Keep the line of communication open all the while you're speaking to them. It's not going to go wrong.
Yeah, I would be the same as you, Andy. Don't. I know it's very nice to think, "Oh, I'll stop paying my bill." That'll really show them. It won't. They'll win at the end of the day, and they'll take more off you at the same time. So speak to them. There is some nice people on the other end of the line. There is some bloody idiots, but there is some nice people that will help you. And then obviously, if you spoke to them, then it's logged that you spoke to them, so you've actually done your bit.
Yeah. Totally agree. Who are you with? I'm with Octopus.
I'm with, oh Christ. Yeah, Utility Warehouse, which goes through Eon in a weird way.
Right. Utility Warehouse, do they still do the thing with the more utilities you have with them, the cheaper it is?
Yes. Yeah, I'm hoping to change because it doesn't. I don't have other stuff with them, so I don't actually get all the benefits.
Right.
But the the past 3 years, I haven't changed. Obviously, we had COVID and then all the electricity crisis. So I haven't changed because if I change, it might mess things about. So I'm going to wait for everything to level off, and then I'll start changing my provider.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I told them with mine, I'm going to pay you this amount. You can take it or leave it. And we have an agreement where I pay an amount and it will be reviewed 6 months after the fact. So they will talk. So some of them won't. Yeah. I mean, there was a horror story I read where people were having prepayment meters forcibly installed. And it was vulnerable persons, people with disabilities and all that sort of thing.
Right.
Awful news. So they really will go for you if you cross the line with them, unfortunately. But,
yeah, I think it's with every company and everything. You've really got to keep an eye on them, haven't you? Because they'll do things without you knowing, and it really pisses you off. So you've really got to keep an eye on them.
Absolutely. There's one here. Not paid the electric bill for 12 years. There's need a medical device that needs power and also have solar panels. All EDF does is send letters saying to ring them to arrange payment. Nope. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, that's different. Okay, fair enough.
Here's someone else had to feel around in the dark to put 50 pence in the meter at the parents' house. Them were the days. It's
yeah, and I've had it as well when you think you've topped up and also you haven't. Electric goes off and you think, oh right, I need to top up, and then all the shops in your area are closed, so you're having to go into the cities or wherever to go and find some electric.
Absolutely. Colin Worrell. By the way, Colin, I got your email earlier with those links on. I haven't watched them yet, but I'm going to this evening. I'll let you know what I think. All done fraudulently by these companies. Not one uses the real courts. There's a similar thing with council tax as well, because you end up with what appears to be a court summons, and it's just a piece of paper off the council saying they're renting a room for a day to discuss what they're going to do with you. You know, the whole system is jacked against you, really. Benny Hill, I want them to cut off my gas. Don't use it, Andy. The service charge is criminal. Where you are, Stu, you say you're all electric. What are you using for heat? Is it electric storage heaters or something else?
No, it's electric central heating, so it's bloody expensive. I mean, my house is rented, so I can't really do a lot about it. Now, the heating is brilliant. It's normal radiators, but it's got like a small cylinder and coils like a superheated kettle. So it goes through, superheats it, and then it heats the radiators up. Fantastic, but the electric it uses is phenomenal. But I do have a wood burner, which I use a lot. And where I work, I tend to get a bit of wood from there, buy logs. I've got an oil radiator as well, portable one. And I've got a dog as well who radiates a lot of heat, who sleeps with me. So I'm okay for heat. So I tend not to use the heating a lot, really.
Right, gotcha. Your house, does it keep the heat in or during the winter months, or does it bleed a lot of the heat away?
Yeah, it's very good. It's very well insulated. Some of the stuff I've done myself, I've just put extra insulation around the windows, the doors, any kind of gaps like that, because you will lose heat very quickly through those areas.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's very good. But like I say, I try not to put the heating on too much. I mean, I tested it. I did it on a video. Can't remember when it was. And I put the heating on for 3 hours, and I used £10 in 3 hours.
Right.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, my mum did a similar test because she's got the smart meter display in her house, and she had it up and monitored how much she used, similar to you. And it's crazy money. And, you know,
it is. I mean, go on, Andy, you're right. I was going to say,
you first. Again. You first.
I was going to say the electric has more than doubled in the past 3 years for me, which it has done for everybody. But you can definitely see the difference, can't you? To you,
absolutely.
No.
I mean, as I was going to say, my mum, you know, she's 169 years old. For someone like that, you don't need an expensive electricity bill or an expensive gas bill. It's crazy stuff. I mean, Ryan, Sanity Checkers, he won't mind me mentioning. By the way, folks, Sanity Checkers is closing in on 2,000 subscribers. He's not far off. So same with Frugal Stew as well. Hop across to these channels and, you know, lend your support, because, you know, it really means the world to all of us. You're here, you support us, watch our stuff, and it's how we grow and how we keep going. So it's all brilliant. But Ryan, he's got I think electric heaters, or they're not very efficient, and he's had to get a couple of oil heaters in, and the heat just bleats out of his house. It's like a really old house with no insulation in it, really, and he's got a few layers on during the winter months. He copes with it, he gets on with it, but it depends on the house and the build, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, my house is technically a temporary house. It was built in the 50s. It was a class of Spooner house. You know what that is?
Is that the kind they put up after the war to replace what was?
That's right. Yeah, I mean, they put this up and it's still standing. It's one of the best houses down the street, really.
Wow.
Good thick walls, and it's, you know, it's really well insulated for a temporary house. It's actually really, really good.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Yeah, I'm just having a look at some more of these comments here.
Yeah, I
And,
see someone about my wood burner, about my chimney being swept.
okay, who said that?
Got Stink Pooter. I love that
Okay,
name.
yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Long-term supporter of
it
the
does get
channel.
swept. Yeah, I have to pay £40 a year to get it swept, but it's definitely worth it. For spending less on electric heating, it's definitely worth spending that £40 to get my chimney swept. Brilliant.
Mm. Yeah, they pay for themselves, don't they? I mean, you got the maintenance,
They
but
do.
if they more than pay for themselves,
Yeah, they do. They're fantastic, and they kick out some heat. And obviously, it's great to put some crumpets on there and some bread as well. Fantastic.
you sold me on the crumpets. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, it's all about keeping warm and learning what to do and everything, isn't it? But,
Yeah, I mean, I've always said layer up, because you can always take a layer off if you're too hot. You know, the more layers you've got on, the better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the garage. I do all of my stuff in my garage, and I've got a coat on at the moment, but I could quite happily take it off. It's actually warmed up quite a lot, but you can freeze out here during the winter months.
Oh, I can imagine.
I used to do things in the car, but what happened one day, I was doing, it was either a video or a live stream, I can't remember what, but the phone overheated, and I thought, oh my god, because the sun was so powerful, it was coming through, it was heating up the back of the phone, and it just cut out. So I came in here in a panic, trying to blow cold air on it and get it down. I've been in here ever since. So I'm handed a Gabby Cabby in the Gabby Cabby's garage with the Sainsbury's carry bag on the wall behind me. And by the way, I'm not sponsored.
Brilliant.
Dear, oh dear. But anyway, we're up to an hour and 2 minutes. What we'll do, we'll go up to about an hour and 10, and then we'll wrap up if that's all right with you.
Yeah, spot on. I've really enjoyed it, Andy. This has been fantastic, mate. Thank you.
Excellent. You're very welcome. And it's flowed quite well, I feel. You know, we've just had a chat, and that's been absolutely brilliant. I think you're the kind of guy I could sit in a pub with and have a pint or six.
Yeah, well, as long as you're paying, Andy, that's all right.
Well, I think I can manage. Depends on the beer costs where you are, you see.
Well, it's all right for me because I don't drink, so I've been 2 years sober. So just a Coke will do me, mate. I'm a cheap night out.
Well done. Just having another look through. When you're going to do your next video then, and what's it going to be about?
I'm doing another video on Friday. This Friday coming, and I'm doing something a bit different because one of my subscribers said to me, because I do a bit of traveling on my own, different places. Is there any chance you could do a video on traveling on your own, like using different apps, you know, like the train line and Stagecoach and Booking.com? So I'm going to do a video on that, just a basic one. Because, I mean, when you're traveling on your own, I mean, like I say, I don't go far. It can be quite daunting, especially if you go to trains, you've never been on a train before, you don't know where to be. And I've used certain apps, gone straight into it, and I found them very, very handy. You know, you get to know where you are, because the first time I went to a train station on my own, I didn't know where the hell to be. And then I just used this app, and I got on it straight away, and it showed me where to be. So I thought, well, I'll do a video on that to try and help people.
Brilliant. London's a nightmare, particularly if you get on the underground. I've been to
London twice with a group of people. I'm sorry, mate. I don't think I'll do it again.
No, we got before I was a cab driver, I used to work for an IT support company. I was an IT systems engineer, and we had a couple of customers in London. Kensington was one place, and then there was another one. I forget where they were, somewhere near Peckham, and we used to have to be up there early in the morning, and it was a shit shower. London was awful first thing. It was like ducking and diving, fast walking, and if you get stuck in the middle of something like that, it's pretty bad if you don't know what you're doing or where you're going.
Yeah, it's too fast paced for me. I mean, the first time I went, I didn't realise when you're on the escalators, you're supposed to step to one side, aren't you? Because a lot of people were running up the escalators.
That's it.
Well, I didn't move because I thought, well, there's a train every 10 minutes. You're not going to be late. Leave a bit earlier. So I just walked out of the way. I was a proper country bumpkin. I just didn't know what I was doing.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a different pace of life, isn't it? Different pace of life. I know I used to work with a guy that worked in London, and he got out and took a job in Margate, and he said he might have lost about, several £1,000, but he's probably added 20 years to his life expectancy. So hell of a trade-off. Yeah.
I mean, I'm where I am. It's quite slow paced. Sort of in the middle, it's kind of like a village stroke town. So it's not too bad. I quite like it, but anything that's too fast paced, I just can't deal with. I don't like too many people around me. He says I used to go to Glastonbury a lot, so there's a lot of people around you there. But fast paced stuff just doesn't agree with me anymore.
No, I know what you mean. We've got you walk out my front door, turn right down the end of the road, turn left. 5 minutes down the road, we've got the beach. It's wonderful. Cliff walks, sea walks, fresh air. It's absolutely brilliant. And unfortunately, we've got a co-op at the bottom of the road. I mean, this is one thing that people fall into, isn't it? Convenience. Where's the nearest shop? Yeah, and the co-op ain't the cheapest. Let's face it. But
no, I mean, don't get me wrong. When they do one of them meal deals, it's actually quite a good value for money. But that's it. That's all they've got to offer, I'm afraid.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I nip in there when I come home from like an airport run later at night, and I want to get a drink or something, or just a cheap meal, like you say. Usually they're open until 10 o'clock, where everything else around here shuts up. So they have their uses.
They have their uses, but some of the stuff's just extortion. I mean, I went in my co-op the other day, and they had like yellow sticker items, but the reduced amount on them, you can still buy them cheaper at Tesco's. It's just
I can believe it. But, you said to me the other day you couldn't do the live. I think it was last week because you were working or something like that. Well, I never asked you, what do you do for a living?
Basically, I work for a beehive company, so we make beehives, beehive equipment, all that kind of stuff. And we was doing a spring convention in, where was it? Somewhere in Wales, somewhere. I'm not very good with where places are. And so I was doing a big exhibition there, and there was just so many people, so many new beekeepers coming in wanting to start up, and we're trying to point them in the right direction of what sort of beehive they need and different equipment.
Okay, wonderful. Do you go near any bees at all, or is it just literally the hives and the equipment?
Yeah, I used to keep bees years ago, and then I got really busy with work, so I decided that I couldn't really do both, so I gave them to a friend. But at work, we do have beehives, so now and again, I do have to actually go and feed them, put some sugar paste on there, and just check through the hive. So I do deal with the bees. I do have all my gear on, so I do feel quite brave with that on.
Right.
I wouldn't do it without.
Yeah, usually run the other way if I see them.
Yeah.
My mum's just come up with a question. One thing before we go, Factual Breakdown came on and said, Andy, your mum is not old. So, Frugal, have you seen the lady that is on this morning showing lots of deals?
What, on the show this morning?
Yes, that's what she'll be referring to.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that. I don't really seem to watch a lot of morning TV, but if it's on, I'll go back and have a look, actually.
Okay. I'm trying to think who she's referring to, but it's probably one of their segments that they do quite regularly.
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I will go back and have a look.
Okay. Well, we're coming up to an hour and 10 minutes, Stu. So what I want to do, I want to start wrapping up. It's been wonderful having you on here. When we do end the live, stay online so I can just chat to you off air. Anything you want to say? Anything you want to add? Or
I would just like to say, just thank you so much for having me, Andy. It's been an absolute pleasure. If any of my subscribers are watching, please subscribe to Andy. He's a brilliant guy, absolute gent. He checks in the post. Just a brilliant guy. His channel is fantastic. So yeah, subscribe to him, and thank you to everybody on here for the lovely comments. And yeah, stay frugal, guys.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, as he said, as Stu said, thank you everybody for coming along this evening. I hope you picked something up from our little chat. I've enjoyed it. It's like having a natter with an old mate. It's been really great.
Brilliant. Same here.
Make sure you subscribe to Stu. Some of the mods have been putting the link to his channel in the chat comments, so you can find it there. Also, when the live ends, if you look in the description underneath, I've put a link to it there as well, so you can see it. Go over and let's help him get up to that. Well, 2,000 subscribers, I think, would be the next benchmark. So let's try and help him make that. Hit the like button on the chat tonight, because that will help spread it as well, and help Stu and obviously myself as well. Make any comments, share this to your social media feeds, because that really helps as well. And there will be a live next Sunday, I think, and whether it's with anybody or me or my Jack Jones yet, I haven't worked that out yet. Stu, stay on when we finish, just so I can have a chat with you for a couple of minutes off air. That'd be cool. And till next time, everybody, look out for the content tomorrow morning. That'll be out as normal. Have a good evening, and I'll say toodaloo.